Say you're a tenant in Ontario, you have a water loss in your unit, water goes all over the place. Your landlord will probably contact a company to come in and do an assessment, and then they assess the water damage finishes, but they also find out that by doing some sampling of the walls, they identified asbestos containing joint compound in the walls that have been impacted. From their end of things, well, they've done things right. They complied with Ontario Regulation 27825 to check, for asbestos. Um, Before the construction project. Um, and they'll take the precautions. So basically, they'll have to follow Type 2 um, asbestos abatement protocols under the regulation. And they would also be removing about 2 feet of the drywall that's been impacted by water. Now, your concern as a tenant is, 2 feet of the walls now don't have asbestos, but the remaining of the walls have asbestos. Does your landlord need to remove those other sections of walls too? Well, no. The landlord needs to have an asbestos survey of the building done to make sure that they can know exactly where any asbestos containing materials exist throughout the building, and a bunch of other details, what type of asbestos, if there's asbestos, content, location, accessibility, and the actual condition of the material, etc. But they would need to have basically an inventory of the locations where asbestos is present and monitor that asbestos containing material or those areas as a minimum on a yearly basis. So no, they don't need to remove all the walls because that would be a tremendous project, having to remove all the finishes, throughout Ontario that have been built with asbestos in them. There's a requirement, however, to make sure that landlords or building owners that are occupied by the public need to know where these materials are, so that precautions could be taken by the owners themselves, but also by every other contractor that attends the property too. So that's kind of like the long-winded answer to do all my walls need to be removed if I have asbestos in them, or if asbestos is found.